What is going on, garden fans? Welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. It's fall. We've had some freezing temperatures, but things are still looking pretty cool back here. I'm really starting to see the idea of perennial succession happening on this food forest. So just kick back, enjoy the journey. Just kind of want to show you what's going on back here. Even though it's November, we've had some frosty temperatures, there's still plenty of stuff growing. I'm going to kind of blaze through here and show you a couple cool things. I did just chop and drop my elderberry hedge, and as you can see, it's kind of blown right back out. Looking pretty tropical. Water catchment, still catching water for us. I water all our swales monthly. Raspberry patch coming back to life. I've got vegetables growing everywhere out here. Herbs really too. For fall right now, Zone 8 South, Collards, and Dino Kale are really big growers for us. They stay generally pest-free up until spring. My poison garden that I started, what's still left is some foxglove and some castor bean. Pretty cool looking little flowers on this thing. All in all, even though we've had frosty temperatures, there's still a bunch of stuff growing that we're using out here. I do come out here and eat a handful of goji a day. It's supposed to be super good for you. I'm successionally growing my collards. So here's some that I've planted 2 weeks ago. I've been chopping and dropping a lot of stuff to kind of make way for all the plants that I planted in the spring. But there is tons of food back here ready to grow, and the idea of succession is really starting to make itself known to me here in our 4th year. I want to take like this upper swale as an example of a true perennial polyculture of food. I've got this ground cover of apple, mint, and parsley growing through here. And what this does is, yes, spread. Mint does spread, but it's a great ground cover and it's a food source. And it's keeping the weeds at bay. Anywhere I don't have a ground cover, I've got weeds and grass. So in my pathways, I've got nothing but grass growing, but in my paddies, I have this layer of food in the form of mint and parsley, which is super good for you. This stuff is going to detoxify your body of any heavy metals. Also, up on this upper swale, I've pruned down some of the sumac. Keep in touch for a sumac aid video I got coming in. But by doing that, I've now made light for my jujube here, which is the main crop. And as I'm waiting for that to mature, I'm letting these trees and shrubs around it kind of grow up and be nurse crops. And I chop them and I drop them, and here they are making, you know, their way along the swale as now mulch for a future food forest. By chopping and dropping, I'm also giving light to pawpaws I have out here. They're an understory plant anyway. Once again, anywhere I don't have mint, I've got weeds growing. There's so much growing on back here, garden fans. We harvest oregano right now. We've got tons of oregano and lemon balm. All the kitchen herbs are still growing. It hasn't been so frosty that we can't come out here and make an herbal tea or do some sort of Italian dish with some oregano. So finally, we've got some ground cover herbs that are really starting to normalize and fit in here in the system. Bees, look at this. You see them coming and going. That's 2 boxes full of bees. I've been feeding them once a week. Some sugar syrup here. That's probably a little overkill, but they're still here, and I'm hoping to split this hive in the spring, crossing my fingers. There's tons of diversity out here, garden fans. We've got peaches and mulberries, jujubes, pomegranates, blackberries, autumn olive, moringa growing. There's so many angles of this place, and so much life happening on just even the smallest scale. Just to give you an idea of some chop and drop, I've chopped and dropped here probably about a month ago, and already we've got herbs poking through it and growing through it. So this idea of succession is already happening on just a small square foot here, you know, just to kind of give you the idea of how this food forest works. Still have Gynura procumbens. I'm about to come out here and take some cuttings and root some so that I can plant out more Gynura in the spring. Hopefully really reproduce this plant. It's been very hardy for us this year. I never watered it. I planted it once, watered it in for a week to get it established, and from there it kind of took off. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Please share this content. We live on 2,000 square feet and we grow a lot of food here. And this is really a food forest that's in its infancy. In 5-10 years, these pawpaw trees are going to be producing massive amounts of fruit for us. So I really look at this food forest as an investment, like gold or silver or guns or even a 401k. You got to start one now to even ever hope to have any kind of return on your investment in the future. We thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe as always. God bless.